Hey everyone, welcome back to Points and Miles Beginner's Guide. I'm Elias, and this series is all about making travel cheaper, easier, and way more accessible. Today, we're diving into one of the most exciting parts of the Points and Miles world, how to actually book flights using Points and Miles. Now, if you've been following along with the series so far, you may be thinking, okay, I have points, now what? This video is for you. By the end, you'll know the exact steps to find award seats, compare programs, understand sweet spots, and book flights for a fraction of the price. Let's jump in. First, let's break down what an award flight actually is. An award flight is simply a flight you book using points or miles instead of cash. Depending on the airline and the timing, you can save hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars. Now, there are three types of points and miles. Airline miles, these you earn from flying or from spending on airline-specific credit cards. Bank points, aka flexible currency or transferable points. You earn these from spending on credit cards from various banks such as Chase, American Express, Capital One, Citi, etc. And last but not least, hotel points. You earn these from staying at specific hotels or spending on hotel-specific credit cards, and they're definitely best used for booking hotels, which we'll be covering in the next episode. So, for today, we're focusing on airline miles and bank points because they're the easiest and most valuable for booking flights. Now, before you book anything, you need to understand a little bit about airline alliances, what they are, and how they help us get the best deals. There are three major alliances: Star Alliance, United, Lufthansa, ANA, Air Canada, and more; Oneworld, American Airlines, British Airways, and others; SkyTeam, Delta, Air France, etc. Here's why they matter. Even if you earn miles with one airline, you can often book flights on any airline in that alliance. You can use United miles to book Lufthansa, you can use American Airline miles to book Qatar Airways, and lastly, you can use Delta miles to book Air France as some examples. Now, this flexibility is what makes points so powerful. Now let's talk about the step that confuses beginners the most: finding award availability. Now, full transparency, when I first got into the Points and Miles game after watching videos like this one and studying up, I was immediately discouraged. I went to an airline website and searched for award seats only to find that they were either not available for the flights I wanted to take, or they'd cost some absurd amount of points. And that's when I thought, well, this must either be way too difficult for me to figure out, or there's some secret that these Points and Miles experts are leaving out, or honestly, this is basically just a scam. Luckily, none of these things were true. The fact of the matter is, not every flight has award seats. I mean, if you think about it, airlines release a limited number you can book with miles because why would they be giving away any seat on any flight to people like you and me for nearly free? Now, that would be too good to be true and probably a scam. So the biggest key to not getting discouraged here is to understand that there are three key elements when it comes to booking flights with points and miles: destination, where you want to go; dates, when you want to go; and lastly, value, getting the best bang for your miles. Now, it's very rare to be able to get all three of these in one redemption. The best we can typically do is 2 out of the 3, which isn't bad. So there's really no secret. The more flexible you are overall, your odds of booking an award seat are very, very high. Now, once I figured this out, then it all clicked. But going back to how to actually find award seats, there are 3 basic ways. 1, search on the airline where you have your miles. There's always a box that says something to the effect of book with miles or book with points, something like that. And you'll want to make sure you have this checked off so the flight prices will show in miles instead of dollars. Secondly, search partner airlines. And lastly, use flexible date searches because award availability changes constantly. Now, to know if it makes the most sense to use your points for a flight instead of just paying cash, we can use the cents per point calculation as just a gut check, nothing more. The formula is cash price divided by the points cost equals your value. So 1.5 cents per point would be good, 2 cents per point even better. So an example, if a flight costs $600 cash or 20,000 miles, that would be 3 cents per point. If the same flight was 50,000 miles, that would be 1.2 cents per point, so not as good as the previous. So to summarize the steps you need to follow to book an award flight, they are: step 1, pick your destination and your dates; step 2, search for award availability; step 3, compare the miles required to the cash price; step 4, transfer your points if you need to; step 5, book directly on the airline's website. Now, a few of the common mistakes when you're first starting out are: mistake number 1, only searching one airline website, which limits you to only the flights they're showing versus also looking at the sites for other airlines within that airline alliance. Mistake number 2, not checking the cash price to confirm if it makes the most sense to use points versus just pay cash. Mistake number 3, transferring points too early. Never transfer points until you confirm that the award seat is actually available and you are ready to book. Because once you transfer bank points to a specific airline, you cannot get these points back. They're gone, they're stuck with that airline. Mistake number 4, ignoring taxes and fees. Now there's a reason why we say nearly free flights and not free. Even when using points, you can't avoid taxes and fees, and some airlines pass on more of these to us than others. These can range anywhere from $5 to over $1,000 depending on the airline and the fare class. So just something to be aware of. And lastly, mistake number 5, waiting too long to book. After all, you're not the only one watching this video, right? And looking to save tons of money on travel. So a lot of these seats are in pretty high demand. Your best bet is to start searching for your desired flights either roughly 1 year in advance or at the very last minute, typically anywhere from a few weeks to a few days before. Again, flexibility is key. And that's it. You now know the fundamentals of exactly how to book flights using points and miles. Now there are plenty of search engines out there that help aggregate award flight availability to limit manually having to check all of these airline sites. My favorite one by far, and the one I love using, is seats.aero. Let me know in the comments below if you find it helpful to make a video in the future showing you exactly how to use this site to make finding award flights infinitely easier. And as always, if you learned something today, hit like and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next episode where we'll learn how to book hotels using points. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.